Let's move on now to the New York Giants and our key player series. But before we do that, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notified when new Giants content gets released. Ryan and I, we have a lot more content coming out when it comes to previewing the Giants games and also predictions as we go week through week throughout the entire season. So if you want to get those predictions and those videos, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. It's the easiest way to help out the channel. And Ryan, let's get into it here.
Let's do it.
Entering the 2023 season, Giants expectations have shot through the roof because they absolutely exceeded them through 2022. And one key player we feel that is going to have a good year to help out and to meet those expectations is going to be the receiver they drafted, Jalin Hyatt. Kind of controversial on where he would go. Some people thought he'd be first-round talent. Some people thought he should be a fourth or fifth-round talent. And they ended up getting him in the third-round top 100 pick, which I think is fair. And,
I do too.
But he has the skill set, though, to be one of the better receivers in the league. And I think that he is in a good spot when it comes to the offensive scheme system that he is in. Why do you feel Jalin Hyatt is a key X factor for the Giants' success this year?
So you look at their wide receiver room last year, and granted, it was decimated with injury, but there just wasn't really a dynamic threat, I think, at any level of the field. And I know Wan'Dale Robinson had a few big plays here and there, but I think Jalin Hyatt could really be somebody that stretches opposing defenses and open things up over the middle. They did also trade for Darren Waller, and I actually think that that's a pretty good combination. You have the receiving tight end who can run those short intermediate routes, and you have a wide receiver with the speed to get over the top. And then I think you couple that with an offensive mind like Brian Daboll, however you want to say it. Daboll.
Yeah.
Brian Daboll. And it creates a offense that is scary for opposing defenses. And with a quarterback in Daniel Jones, who had his best season as a pro last year, he had his best season as a pro with his worst receiving group ever. You want to see the next step taken. And for that next step to be taken, I think some of these receivers have to improve and get better. And I think they've taken the proper steps to allow that to happen. Not necessarily saying that it will, but I think if Jalin Hyatt can come in, and obviously if he does what he did at Tennessee, then he'll be offensive rookie of the year and whatnot. But if he can be half that per se, then I think this offense will be in pretty good shape.
Well, and I agree with you. Is he brings something to the table for this team that they don't really initially have, or it didn't at least have when they were going on that playoff run. Is they had Darius Slayton as a slot consistent guy, and then they had a bunch of other guys. Actually, I can't even really remember their names because there's so many people got hurt. But Wan'Dale Robinson's also mainly a slot guy. Darren Waller, like you said. Great receiving tight end. I think he's going to fit into the system well if he stays healthy. But they didn't have that guy that can really make the safeties have to take a couple extra steps back and play. And another thing why I think that he fits in so well into the system is at Tennessee, a lot of them were scheme design plays, get specific guys open. And Daboll's able to do that. That is a Brian Daboll offensive set system. And he's going to be able to draw up these plays and play that chess match, so to say, be like, we will sucker them in. And next thing you know, Jalin Hyatt's wide open 40 yards down the field, and he has that speed. So I think that that's going to be one of the big things that he adds to this team. And also then just on top of that, there's going to be huge opportunity because, the Giants last year, it was amazing how many receivers ended up getting injured. Sterling Shepard with the freak ACL tear, and he's just jogging down the field. Wan'Dale Robinson was starting to really pick things up his rookie year, but then unfortunately he had the ACL tear also. Then they had to just keep finding guys and signing guys to veteran contracts. And what they were able to do with that offense, with the talent that they had on the field, I think goes to show the potential that a Brian Daboll-led Giants offense can have. Another thing also on top of this is, as well as we still don't really know what the status of Saquon Barkley is going to be like. So they're going to need that playmaker type capability. If Saquon decides to nope, I'll sit for a year, I know what I'm worth, and absolutely his right. But then if you're the Giants, you're like, well, we need someone else that the defense needs to be afraid of. And when Saquon, all last year, Saquon was the most lethal person on the field when the Giants had the ball. So if he's not out there, just in this hypothetical scenario, they're going to need someone to be the guy, and Hyatt can step up and show and be that guy for them.
Yeah, and a lot of people thought that Jalin Hyatt was the best wide receiver in this receiver class. I was not one of them, but the kid caught 5 touchdowns against Alabama. You don't do that just by being fast.
Oh, yeah. No.
So
yeah.
He has skills, and I think he brings a lot to the table that they don't already have. And I think in this system, he could be pretty good. And I think for the Giants to take that next step, barring Saquon signing his franchise tag and coming back, then I think he's the next guy up that you look to and like, all right, well, who is the Tuesday guy that teams have to plan for?
Yeah.
So
no, he's got huge opportunity here. I think he can add a lot to this team. He provides them something that they didn't have initially coming into this offseason. So this Giants team is going to be scary. It's crazy to think that how loaded this NFC East is. It legitimately could be. They're the only team in the only division in the NFC where I think all 4 teams can make the playoffs.
Yeah. No, definitely. So. That's going to be exciting to watch, but let's go ahead and wrap up the Giants and Jalin Hyatt breakout video there. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And while you're down there, leave a comment on what you thought of the Jalin Hyatt pick. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let us know down below. And other than that, we will see you guys next time.